Hey, what you say, food family? Mike here, and welcome back to the channel for another great culinary adventure. Today's video, we're heading south of the border to make one of my favorite Mexican grilled dishes. I'm talking about carne asada. We'll marinate and grill some steak up, pair that with some cilantro rice, and make a fresh, simple homemade salsa that's to die for. So whether you're looking for a new Cinco de Mayo recipe, something to grill at your next backyard barbecue, or just enjoy watching this pretty face, stick around and I'll show you how it's done. Let's get cooking. Alright folks, we'll get today's carne asada video kicked off by making the marinade for our meat. Now, a lot of recipes are going to call to use flank steak. Now, that's perfectly fine. It's a little expensive and it's lean. Also, the muscle fibers themselves are really tightly woven together. So we're doing a quick marinade today, 1 to 2 hours. That doesn't give a lot of time or ability for that marinade to penetrate the meat, so you're really only seasoning the outside. So instead of using flank steak, we're going to use some skirt steak. Now, skirt steak's a little cheaper. It's got a little more fat on it. Those muscle grains are more spread apart, so that marinade we're about to make can really get into that meat and flavor it up. So it's up to you what cut of steak you want to use, flank, skirt, whatever. But I'm going to use skirt steak today. It's cheaper and easier, and that's how I'm saying it's done. So do as you want to do. That being said, so we got a couple pounds of skirt steak. We're going to season this up with some cumin, salt and pepper, of course. We got some orange juice, some fresh chopped cilantro, olive oil, a little bit too much garlic because you can't have enough. Some low sodium soy sauce. You don't want to add any extra salt here. 1 jalapeno that's been chopped up, and some fresh squeezed lime juice. All we got to do, throw all this marinade together, put the steak in there, throw it in the fridge for 1 to 2 hours. So I'm going to get this made up. I'm just going to do it in a Ziploc bag today. When we come back, while this meat is marinating in the fridge, we can make our cilantro lime rice and that fresh, simple homemade salsa. So let me get this mixed up, and we'll be right back and start making our side dishes. Alright folks, we got our carne asada in the refrigerator marinating away. We got a couple hours of time so we can make our side dishes. Cilantro lime rice and our fresh salsa. Now, believe me when I tell you, this salsa is the most delicious, simple salsa you're ever going to make. 6 basic ingredients, folks. 1 can of fire roasted diced tomatoes, some chipotles and adobo. Now, I've previously opened the can for another recipe. I just keep mine stored in the refrigerator in a mason jar. Great way to use those without having to use a whole can at once, because no recipe calls for a whole can, am I right? We got an onion, a couple jalapenos, some fresh Roma tomatoes, and some cilantro, and then salt and pepper, of course. What we're going to do today is take half these ingredients, half of each one, put them in our blender, puree that till it's completely smooth, add the remaining half, and just pulse it. We want some texture to our salsa. Season it with salt and pepper, of course. So let me get this salsa knocked out. We'll put it in the fridge, let that flavor start to marry and come together. It's a quick salsa, so you don't have to worry about it too much. And then we'll come right back and start making our cilantro lime rice. So ain't nothing to it, just do it. Let's make some salsa. Alright folks, we got that salsa made up, put it in the fridge, let those flavors start to come together. It's a little watery when you first make it, but once that chills down in the fridge, it does tend to thicken up, so don't worry about it too much at this point. Now we can turn our attention to making our cilantro lime rice. This is a real simple recipe. We're using the rice cooker today. And pro tip folks, when you use a rice cooker, use the measuring cup that came with it. 1 cup for a rice cooker is not necessarily a cup you're going to use for flour or something else you're measuring in the kitchen. I don't know why they do it, but it's pretty close. But when you're measuring rice, try to use the rice cup that came with it. That being said, today we're going to be using basmati rice for our cilantro lime rice. I've already gone ahead. I got a couple cups in here. I rinsed it 4 or 5 times so the water ran clear, and I added the appropriate amount of water for my rice cooker. It's got lines in here. It says how much to add for how much rice you're using. Pretty simple. So we got that in there. We're going to go in with just a splash of lime juice. Nothing too crazy there. I like to add just a little bit of olive oil. And then we're also going to add some fresh lime zest. We really want to double down our lime flavor. It's real simple here. We're just gonna run that over quick. All right, we're gonna go ahead and throw this in the rice cooker, put it on white rice setting, pretty simple. We'll let this cook, we'll come back and I'll show you how to finish it off with the fresh cilantro. All right, folks, welcome back. Our rice is done cooking, so we can pop this lid open. Steamy. All right, looking pretty good, and we'll go ahead and just fluff it up here. All right, so we got those limes we used to zest earlier. Might as well not waste it, right? So let's go ahead and give it a fresh hit of lime juice. Now we're just going to add some cilantro. Now, I realize a lot of people think cilantro tastes like soap. Bunch of weirdos, I say, but we're going to add about a 1/4 cup of cilantro for every 2 cups of rice you made. So I don't need this whole thing. I'm just kind of going to add it, mix it in, and base it off of that. But you don't need to go too crazy with it. I mean, it's rice, not cilantro with some rice on the side, right? All right. I'm going to let this cool down. We'll bring our meat out of the refrigerator, let that come up to temperature, fire up the grill, and get that grilled off. So stay tuned. Alright folks, we got our cilantro lime rice ready to go. That fresh lime and cilantro in there. Great bright burst of flavor and citrus in there. Going to pair perfectly with this carne asada steak. So I'm going to go ahead, grill this off today over medium-high to high-level heat. Really sear the outside, seal those flavors in. We did on this quick marinade today with the orange juice, the lime juice, that soy sauce, and cilantro and garlic. Really great flavors in there. So we're going to grill this off today, probably 3-4 minutes per side. Go up to medium rare about or so, you know, depending on how you like your steak cooked. We're going to bring it aside and slice it against the grain. Obviously, we got long strips today. The grain actually runs up and down, so you're going to cut across those, or else you'll be chewing all day, and no one likes that. So we're going to get this grilled up, slice it up, plate everything up with our fresh salsa we made earlier, and we'll be eating good. So stick around, I'll be right back. Alright folks, we grilled off our carne asada smoking hot grill for about 8 minutes total, 3 or 4 minutes per side. Really seared the outside and sealed those juices in that we did that quick marinade today. Now we brought that inside and let it rest for about 4 minutes. So I figure we grilled it for 8, we'll rest it for 4, slice it across the grain so you're not chewing on it all day long. It is looking pretty amazing, perfect medium rare today. We got it all plated up with the fresh salsa we made earlier and that cilantro lime rice. Now I'm going to start out just tasting this today as is, and then we'll talk about how we can serve this a little bit after that. But we'll start out with the rice, our cilantro lime rice here. Now I'm not a big rice fan folks, but if you're a fan of Chipotle and that cilantro lime rice they made, this is spot on. It's fluffy, a little hint of citrus in there from the lime juice and that bright cilantro coming through. Absolutely amazing, pairing perfect with this meal. As you can see, their theme here today is cilantro because it's in everything we cook. But so we got our salsa there. Obviously, we can take a piece of our steak. But first, we'll just try the steak by itself, I guess. So, cheers. That is so good. So much flavor. Nice char and smokiness from grilling outside. Obviously, if you had a charcoal grill, it'd be even better. But, oh, so good, folks. Now, obviously, we just got our steak here. You could enjoy this as steak with the salsa and the cilantro lime rice. Most people are going to turn this into a taco. So I went ahead and prepared while I had a minute. I got some corn tortillas I toasted off, and a little mixture of white onion and cilantro, fresh cilantro chopped up there. We can make ourselves a taco. So let's grab a couple pieces of steak here. A little bit of our salsa. Now, yes, I realize this is gringo as can be, but hey, folks, look, I'm white. It is what it is. I'm going fresh cilantro and onion, because this is how I like my tacos, folks. But you can put anything you want on here, obviously. Let's hit it with the fresh squeeze of lime, too. Really get those flavors in there. All right. Now we're talking, folks. Carne Asada street taco. Salud. All day, every day, folks. It is just that good. I'm going in for another bite. Folks, enjoying this carne asada street taco style. Absolutely amazing. Very simple. That salsa with that smoky chipotle peppers in there coming through. You got the smoky grilled char flavor from the steak. Of course, that from fresh white onion and cilantro to finish off street taco style. You can put anything you want on there, obviously. You could just do the onion and cilantro. You could just do the salsa. It's all great, folks. If you want to save the carbs, skip the rice, skip the tortilla, just enjoy the carne asada itself. Use a little bit of the salsa as a dip if you really like. Or you could reserve some of the marinade itself before you put the meat in it. Set that off to the side and just drizzle that over the top. Great way to finish off this steak. But that being said, folks, there's only one way we can finish up this meal today, and that's with a little cold cerveza. So, salud. It's just that good, folks. This is a great meal we made here today. Cinco de Mayo style. It's coming up. Leave a comment below. What's your favorite thing to enjoy during the Cinco de Mayo holiday? Do you like this outside grilling with the weather's nice, it's warming up, it's almost summer, you want to stay inside and put something in the oven, heat the house up, pork carnitas, al pastor, so many great options you can do. I've got a couple of those videos on my website and this channel you can check out. I'll try to link them if I can figure it out. But other than that, folks, if you like today's video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that like button. That tells me this is the type of content you enjoy. I did a pretty good job today. Greek-goated it up. Got this amazing, simple carne asada steak recipe delivered to you. It'll be typed up in the description below, obviously, or see my website. Whatever I decide to do, I don't know how it's going to work out. But hey, while you're there, clicking the like button, be sure to hit the notification bell so YouTube sends you a reminder and you don't miss any videos. But other than that, folks, it has been a pleasure cooking for you once again. Drop some comments, give me some love, and I'll see you next week. Until then, Mike here signing off. Just keep cooking.